experience when she's feeling well.
It's hot, sir. It's very hot.
You good?
Yes, sir, good.
All right. So, feedback. Again, thank you to those who filled it out. Not everybody did, but one person said, if you want to be better, you should accumulate knowledge progressively. And today's study on citation is part of that progress. Yeah, well, again, the way I planned this course, every single class has something new. Every single class has one main point that you need to learn that will help you to read and write successfully. One person said, I learned the number of citations is different for each component because the content of the components is different, and the citations can be divided into two types, author prominent and information prominent. This was a new perspective I never thought of. Well, again, that's the new knowledge, but that's a very good summary of the main points of last time. Okay, somebody applied what they learned. We didn't talk about equations. We'll talk briefly about them today, but just like citation verbs, he didn't know how to write citations or write equations into a sentence. Didn't know what verb to use. And because it can be field specific, so he just looked to see how other papers do it. Exactly. Yeah, that's the point. The power of studying like this to learn this method of exemplar articles is whatever you need to figure out about the structure of exemplar articles, you can do it. You can just go back and you look, how did they do it? Not one article, but 2 or 3 or 4. If they all do it the same way, you follow the same principles. And then another person commented that EndNote is useful. Yeah, that's why I take time to teach that, because it takes time to learn, but it saves so much time in your writing. So that's why I want you to begin incorporating that. Okay, that was it for the comments from last week. This week we're going to start with your writing. Again, finishing up what you have done so far, and then going on from there. And then we'll go on and talk about the process division or the methods, the purpose of it, the components in it, and then again do the component analysis for at least one article, so that you have practice in that, and then take it home to finish that. Okay, so a few general comments first about the assignment. One is, you see there are 2 documents that I attached to your grade. One is the grade sheet that tells you how I graded each category. The second is your paper with my comments. And it has 2 things. It has comments on the side. It also has track changes. So the comments talk about questions, bigger issues, things that you need to think about or do. If it's just, a word, the wrong word, small things, I'll just change that in the document with track changes. So you need to look at both of those. With track changes, you look through the changes that are made, and you just say, next, 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 look at the changes, and then if you agree, you just say, accept all. Or you can do it one at a time, accept and go to the next. If you don't know how to do that, ask me as you're working, and I'll show you how to do that, rather than taking class time. So I think probably a lot of people know that. Another sort of general thing, a lot of people wrote their research goal in the past tense. This research was done. This research presented, proposed. But the research goal is always, or should be, written in the present tense. Because you are presenting this work right now in this paper. The work was done in the past, but you are presenting it, proposing it here. So that's why that's always written in the present tense. Okay, a little more specifically, how many paragraphs? People had between 4 and 8 paragraphs. There were 2 people that only got as far as the topic sentence outline. This is an advanced class, and in the past, everybody wrote complete introductions. Several of you are first-year students, and so I know it takes some time to get started. And so, if I graded based on the rubric, topic sentence outline only, 2 categories, you only get 1 point. That means that even if everything else is 5, your maximum score is 80, okay? So I said, okay, I can't do that. I know some of you are still trying to figure things out. So I said it was okay this time to just have the topic sentences. But you have to look ahead at the goal, okay? The goal for the semester is a complete article. Now again, as first-year students, it may not be ready to submit, but there are 10 weeks basically left in the semester at this point. And about half of that time should be spent not writing, but revising, adding, changing. So you need to have a basic complete draft within 5 weeks from now. Okay? 5 weeks, a complete draft. That's the goal. That's a lot. Now, if your papers are in the range of 10,000 words, 100 paragraphs, what does that mean? Do the math. That means about 20 paragraphs, 2,000 words per week. That's a lot, okay? I mean, I told you from the very beginning of the course, this is not an easy course. It's designed for advanced students. Now again, if you are first-year students, we're going to bring that goal down a little bit. But you still got about 5 weeks to finish a complete draft. So you need to do the math and figure out. I'll come back to that in a minute. Now, one way that you may be able to increase your speed is by using some of the available tools. There are a lot of tools. I'll mention a few of them. If you use some of these tools, that's fine. They're there for a reason. But let me know. Okay, so that I know whether it's your writing or some other software is helping you. That will help me know what to correct, how to correct, whether it's, what's going on. All right, again, we need to learn to use these tools. They will be continuing to be important. The current tools are getting better and better, but they are not trained in article structure. They are trained in English. They are not trained in your field. They are not trained to write journal articles. So all of that structure part, where things go, the order, how many paragraphs, all of that you have to decide. Okay, what about Google Translate?